Hello, and welcome to Trustee Training and Overview of Roles, a six-part training series presented by the State Libraries of Iowa's District Consultants. This session covers Part 3, Approving and Monitoring the Budget. My name is Eunice Reesberg. I'm the District Consultant for Northeast Iowa. The State Library provides consultation, education, information, and support to all of Iowa's public libraries, to staff, directors, and trustees. There are 6 district consultants located throughout the state. In addition to our consultation services, our website includes a great deal of information you can access freely. One of the highlights is a trustee's handbook, which we encourage every trustee to read. You can find the handbook and much more on our website at statelibraryofiowa.gov. In these videos, we will provide a quick look at each of the board's top 5 roles, as explained in Chapter 3 of the Trustees Handbook. In this session, we'll be looking at your role in the library's budget. It is essential for library trustees to come to understand their authority regarding the library's budget and what gives them that authority, how the budgeting process works in their community, where does the library's money come from, and how to determine how much money the library needs to operate each year. What gives you as the board the right and the responsibility to budget for the library? By this point, I'm sure you're starting to think we sound like a broken record, but what does your library ordinance say? Many of them are very similar, being based on the same model, but there are differences, and you need to know what applies in your city. You might want to have a copy handy while you're reading the handbook. Iowa law also has things to say about how public funds are used, so you want to make note of that information as well. You should have a calendar with the dates your city, county, and other funders use for their budget cycle, but that's not where I'm going. These are the big picture things you need to do every year. What's in your strategic plan for the year ahead? Those are the priorities you've decided for your library. Do you need to allocate funds for a new initiative? Make sure it's all reflected in your budget. What is the state of your funding body's finances? We're all on the same team. Knowing what is and isn't available is just common sense. Review the draft created by your director. Make sure you understand it. You're more than just another set of eyes, though that's an important help. You as the board are responsible for these public funds. Once the board has approved it, support your director throughout the request process of both your city and county. Then put it into action. Advocate, of course, but stand ready to do the policy work that may be necessary with any changes. Pay attention to those monthly financial reports you receive. Is everything working? Have you placed the right amount of money where it's needed? Have there been any surprises? Answers to those questions will help inform next year's budget when it's time to start again. They may also lead you to amend the current year's budget. Be sure you're aware of your city's process and timetable for that. Don't wait until it's too late. Most public library funding in Iowa comes from your city and county. Your library may receive money from the state of Iowa, the federal government, grants, donations, foundations, or friends groups. Whatever the combination of sources received by your library, you must be familiar with the process for each, and it must all be accounted for in your budget. With things like donations, you won't know the exact amount the library will receive in any given year, so you'll need to make an estimate. Sometimes grant opportunities come up unexpectedly. Be ready to go back to your plan for ideas so you use that money wisely. You've monitored last year's budget and expenditures. How did things go? Was there enough? Did you have the right amounts in the various line items? Which costs do you expect to change? Insurance, salaries, online resources, etc. These things usually increase, but sometimes costs go down. For example, the copier lease has been paid off, so those payments go away until it's time to get a new one. Have any new restrictions been placed on existing funds? What's in your strategic plan? Are you going to start any new projects or initiatives? Are there programs or services that will be ending? Or maybe just a shift in focus? Any of those things could affect how you allocate your funds. If you decide you need more, where will you find it? Can you get an increase from your city or county? Will you need to pursue grants, ask your friends or foundation, or ask your community for help? Don't forget to estimate the amount of donations you expect to receive. It still needs to be reflected in your budget. It may not be glamorous or exciting. In fact, it may be downright stressful. But understanding how your library is funded and how those funds should be managed is critical to keeping the library's doors open. The Trustee's Handbook will help prepare you for that responsibility. Thanks for watching this session of Trustee Training, Approving and Monitoring the Budget. We hope you'll watch all the videos in this series. They are all available on the State Library's website at statelibraryofiowa.gov.